Hey, and welcome to Zista's Volatility tool, an easy way to check the volatility of your competitors, or your clients' search results. You see, Google search results aren't always stable. They're volatile. Entire SERPs change once every so many seconds. SERP volatility gives you an easy way, without refreshing so many times, to see whether Google is split testing your result to determine its final ranking position, to see if there is volatility from algorithm updates, to see if there is volatility from Google dance that occurs after you build backlinks, or because of keyword cannibalization. Now, if Google is position testing your page to determine the final placement, eventually your page will settle at, above, or below the previous position. This should give you the data, both visual and numerical, to visualize and understand that. Now, if you take just one search page and page at face value and use that to do your client reporting, and you tell your client, for example, hey, this page for underwater basket weaving in Houston, Texas is at position number 2, and then they go and search and they tell you, hey, where's my page about underwater basket weaving in Houston? Well, one of the reasons for that is volatility. I'm going to run an example report here. To do that, click on New Report. Select your client. For the time being, we only support Google for this tool. Next, enter your search term. In this instance, I'm going to enter in roof replacement near me. And then we're going to select the geography for your search. In this case, I'm going to select Houston, Texas. Select whether it's a desktop or a mobile, and all of our volatility reports will run 10 searches in a row for this query. All right, now click on Generate Report and give it a minute to run all the Google searches. And there we have it. Let's see how this turned out. All right, so first things first, we can see that we've got a bunch of geolocated search results. These, on the y-axis, you've got all of your search results, and on the x-axis, you've got the ranking positions in the order in which they were checked. And because this is a bar chart, you're going to clearly see where different results, including yourself or your competitors, have fluctuated over time. We can see that Yelp and Reddit are pretty stable, Yelp being a directory. Bronze Roofing in number 3 is pretty stable. This is interesting. Houston Roofing Online is at number 4 for 2 searches, and they're like number 6 for 3 more searches, number 4 for 2 more searches, and number 6 for 3 more searches. Now, our recommendation is to run this volatility report a few times in a row, because sometimes Google can suddenly, out of nowhere, just start position testing a result. The BBB has a little bit of volatility, interestingly enough. For now, let's pay attention to Houston Roofing Online. And now we see someone on page 5 is being split tested on page 3 sometimes. It's just wanting to go up there, but it's not really budging. The next report is the box plot. This gives you a visualization of the volatility. Now, if you've never used box plots before to understand and analyze data, this box, representing the quantile, is the average range in which Google is split testing your result. Whiskers are clear outliers where Google suddenly puts that result somewhere outside of the average range. So those whiskers are those lines that extend out of the box. If a result only lies within that one line, then it is stable for every single of the 10 searches. Now, this is one of the more stable searches from page to page. I'm going to show you another report in a second that gives you a bit more severe volatility. And right over here, we have a report of all of the search results for this keyword, including the search title, the description, the URL, and the ranking positions for each of the 10 tests. And we can see indeed that Houston Roofing Online was in position number 4 for 2 searches, position number 6 for 3 searches, and then it repeated the same pattern. So this gives you an idea of whether Google is split testing your search result either upwards or downwards to later settle in a position, or whether it's just general algorithmic update volatility. Here's another more severe volatile report. This is in the gold and silver niche. We can see just how shaky this graph is. Now, page 1 is mostly stable, but below that, yeah, you can, if you are in this position where you're extremely volatile, you're being bumped up and down, I think it's pretty clear that something needs to be done about your on page. Either that, or there is some keyword cannibalization going on. Because we can see that on BlinkX, these results, BlinkX and Retirement Living, they have wide boxes, which are average testing ranges for Google, and then also extreme outliers. That is just how volatile in a war zone, especially competitive search results, can be. Let's run another example. Best gaming chairs. Because this is a national query, we don't need to set the geography unless you're searching in another country altogether. All right, now this report is finished. Let's check it out. Ooh, yes. This is quite a bit more volatile than average. Even on page 1, we can see Amazon is being split tested by Google, even though they have a lot of authority and tend to be favored by Google. Best Buy is a little bit. Herman Miller. Sometimes there will be outliers who appear once or twice in the searches without really any consistency. And these lines are just crazy. We have a bunch of outliers competing for one search result just because Google tends to be randomly testing them at one time. So queries like this are competitive. They're like an earthquake. It's a big battle to get to the top. And we can see that only huge authorities, or mostly huge authorities, are dominating these results. For example, PC Gamer, Tom's Guide, Reddit, IGN, Amazon, Best Buy, YouTube, Games Radar. Whoever I just read to you are either major authority sites who are selling this as affiliates or e-commerce stores where you can find gaming chairs to purchase. All right, so that's the volatility tool. Already by watching this video and running some of these reports and understanding them, you'll get a better picture of how Google positions search results and how to respond, whether it be with your on-page SEO or your off-page SEO. If you have any questions about this tool or anything else in Zista's tool set, pop a message in the chat box in the lower right, ask a question on this YouTube video. If you want to interact with other SEOs who are using Zista's tool set, join our communities on Facebook and Skype. Pop in whatever questions you got and interact with other agents and marketers. All right, thank you so much for watching and happy SEOing.